Jimmy Uso to quit WWE after what Jey Uso does during their match at Wrestlepalooza. From recent WWE storytelling, several developments suggest growing tension between Jimmy and Jey Uso. Jey's character has been undergoing a noticeable transformation. He has become more aggressive, independent, and less deferential, displaying clear signs of stepping out of the traditional team mindset. This evolution hints at a potential heel turn, or at the very least, a decisive move away from the brotherly unity that has long defined the Usos, cage-side seats, Sportskeeda. The strain on the relationship between Jimmy and Jey has been a central theme in their on-screen interactions. WWE has spotlighted moments where Jey withholds information, defies Jimmy's leadership, and outright dismisses his concerns, leaving Jimmy frustrated and uncertain about where his brother's loyalty truly lies. Sportskeeda. These tensions are expected to come to a head at Wrestlepalooza, where the Usos are scheduled to face Bron and Bronson in a highly anticipated tag team clash. While the match itself pits them against two formidable opponents, the underlying narrative is clearly about their own unity, or lack thereof. WWE has framed this bout not just as a test of skill against Breakker and Reed, but as a test of whether the Usos can still function as a cohesive team. The constant focus on their strained partnership has led fans and analysts alike to speculate that this could be the breaking point for one of WWE's most successful tag teams, Fightful Sportskeeda. It is also important to consider WWE's history of using quitting angles as a dramatic device in long-term storytelling. A notable example came in 2023 when Jey Uso declared he was quitting WWE after being betrayed by both Jimmy and Roman Reigns. Although this was part of a storyline, it demonstrated WWE's willingness to explore dramatic exits and emotional rifts within the Bloodline saga, one of the company's most intricate and successful narratives in recent years. Wikipedia, TheRingReport.com. This precedent adds weight to the possibility that Jimmy could follow a similar path, either temporarily or as a way to redefine his character. Several theories have surfaced about what might happen during or after the Wrestlepalooza match. One of the most common predictions is that Jey could outright abandon Jimmy, either by refusing to tag in, leaving him vulnerable to defeat, or even attacking him directly. Such a betrayal would serve as a clear signal of Jey's new direction and push Jimmy into a crisis point. In response, Jimmy might announce that he is quitting WWE, not as a literal departure, but as a storyline reaction to the emotional and professional betrayal of his brother. His resignation could symbolize heartbreak, disillusionment, or even refusal to walk the darker path Jey appears to be embracing. Sportskeeda. Another theory suggests that the angle could be used as a stepping stone to further the Bloodline storyline. By splitting the Usos, WWE could create an even more personal feud between the brothers, eventually building to a marquee singles match at a major event such as SummerSlam or even WrestleMania. Such a clash would not only deepen the Bloodline saga, but also give both Jimmy and Jey the opportunity to establish themselves as solo stars, something WWE has subtly been testing over the past year with Jey's singles runs and Jimmy's character work. Sportskeeda. Still, it is important to note the uncertainties. WWE rarely writes a top-tier star out of the company without a clear payoff, and most quitting storylines are temporary by nature. They often serve as a way to create buzz, reset a character, or generate sympathy and anticipation for a dramatic return. As of now, there has been no official confirmation from WWE that Jimmy Uso is leaving the company, either in storyline or reality. Much of the current speculation stems from subtle hints in promos, commentary, and social media teases designed to keep fans guessing. Even if Jimmy does quit on screen, history suggests it would likely lead to his eventual return, either in pursuit of revenge against Jey or as part of a reimagined storyline arc. Taking all of these factors into account, the possibility of Jimmy Uso quitting WWE after Wrestlepalooza feels moderately likely. On a scale of 1 to 10, it falls in the 5 to 7 range. The foundation has been laid. Jey's character shift, the rising tension between the brothers, and WWE's proven willingness to use quitting angles all make this a believable development. However, it does not rank higher on the likelihood scale because WWE typically builds long-term drama before delivering such a decisive payoff. A Jimmy Uso quitting angle would most likely be a storyline device to further the Bloodline saga, amplify the emotional stakes, and eventually set up a climactic showdown between the Uso brothers.